So this is what they mined. This is pure quartz. You can see the lead in it still, because the shillings, they just drilled through this stuff. They were only after one thing, the lead, okay? So they left back a lot of gems. So people all over the world are looking for this rock right in my hand. They will take this apart. They'll try to find the gems that are in them that are worth tons and tons of money. And if everybody knows that normal quartz, this is, has gold, silver, and it was all covered up back in the day because the miners just took it. Nothing was recorded. That's why Ethan Allen was in here. This is the shaft, okay? That's a false bottom in there. This is what the wall looks like. As you can see, the top of it. Yes, I know no one has ever seen this, but this is the main shaft of the lead mine. Usually this is filled with water all the way up to the top. Usually it's crystal blue water like you'd see in a blue lagoon, but in the springtime it's dried up right now. And if you stepped inside this thing, you would fall very, very deep. And I can see that it goes right in the corner right there. This thing is about 12 feet across and 15 feet wide. That's how big that hole truly is, the black that you're seeing. And you can see this wall because they built that right, they drilled right inside of a ledge. This ledge is 25 feet tall. So this is where they started the first shaft. This is the true main shaft. And there's a whole bunch of them around air shafts. But this is a real McCoy. Nobody can touch it. And this is where there's tons and tons of the stuff that people are looking for. It's on private property. I have permission from the owner. He's undisclosed that owns this because I live here. And my family has been doing research on this for generations because they live in Loudville and were born and bred. I'm fourth generation from village of Loudville. My mother knows about it. My grandfather knows about it. My aunts and uncles. As you can see, it's beautiful. You can see all the ferns growing out of the sides. None of this is built at just ledge. It's all done by hand digging with picks, no explosives, just digging and axe picking. And then, like I said, there's a whole dump over here. The people, when they come and look in Westhampton, they go to a certain spot on Loudville Road, and they think that that's where it all is. And they're completely wrong. That is just one spot. There's so many different areas in the woods if you know where to look, but no one has a clue. Only the older people, like Ruth Barrett, which is 96 years old. Her old house has some stuff behind it. The only reason I know that because she tells me that her father used to throw dogs down there when they would die, and always told the kids to stay away from it. And when I was a kid, my grandmother used to tell me not to go up to the house. There's an abandoned house up there because there's a witch in it, just so we wouldn't get around the mine shafts, because when you're a little kid you could fall into one of these things. But nobody's ever seen this, and none of it's on YouTube, so I figured I'd be the first one to show you what it really truly looks like. Because this is the truth. This is history. This is Ethan Allen. He owned this after in the Revolutionary War. He controlled he only bought it for one reason, because he wanted to get in the silver business. Tons of silver came out of here. Gold. They're not going to tell you the truth. Wherever you find quartz, you find gold and silver and lead, because that's what's in it. That simple. You can see how big the mountain is. and it's on a cliff. It's not anywhere that anybody's ever seen. I'm going to take a little walk, and I'm going to show you the woods, what the shilling pile looks like. Just bear with me. I had to jump over a log, sorry. Well, you can see as I walk through here, there's tons of it on the ground. Because they just have to dig, and yeah, it's got to go somewhere. So right now I'm on top of a pile. This is a big pile. You can just see little pieces of quartz all over the place. There's tons of it. All down through here. Loaded with it. Gotta walk on the old road I'm walking to now. This is the road that led up to the shaft. Here's a beautiful piece right here of quartz. Perfect white. Everywhere. This is the road. What's left of it anyway. But this is how it worked. There's another road right here. You can see that goes up higher to another shaft. So I'm going to bring you down real quick and show you just a pile of shillings. And that's going to be the end of the video. This is what's exposed on the top. These are prime examples of what's here. Like this one right here. You can see all the copper in here. Tons of it. There's some lead still in it right here. This one right here, this is pure quartz. All pyramids in it. The sun was shining. You could see it. Beautiful specimen. This thing's a foot long. They're everywhere up here. This is pure quartz. Quartz. All beautiful quartz. It's everywhere. This is just a dump pile. You can see this one, it's got holes in it because the lead's been taken out of it. That's why all the holes are in it, because they smelted them. They only cared about the quartz because they needed the lead for the Revolutionary War. They didn't care about any of the rest. This one is beautiful. I brought this home. These are all pyramids. It just needs to be cleaned up. This thing's 6, 8 inches long. Just a big chunk. You see all the lead and the rust, the iron in it. Loaded. People pay big money for this stuff. Just all rusted on top. It's all the iron. Just gonna bring you over here because there's a couple of beautiful specimens over here. It's dangerous up here. Hey, no one's allowed up here. You fall in a shaft, you won't come back out. This is a gorgeous piece right here. I would like to take this one home, but too heavy. Look at it. This is what people are looking for. You will never find this down, nothing like this down on Loudville Road. Nothing. This thing is beautiful. Look at it. The inside of it. There's a very expensive rock just laying here. Look at the quartz. The quartz cave. Well, looks like there's something in there. Leaves and something else. You can see. There you go. There's a perfect shot for you. How beautiful the diamond quartz are in there. So, there you go, YouTubers. That's what it looks like. This is all a dump. I showed you the real shaft. The original original shaft, not the air shafts. None of this is where you people think it is at all. I'm just trying to show you history in a real coy. George Washington's been here. Abraham Lincoln's been here. He had to go from Boston to Fort Ticonderoga. He came right through the village of Loudville, right in Fort Ticonderoga in Fort William Henry in upper state New York. If you go in there in the museum, you'll see a map. And on that map, you will see the village of Loudville. It's there for a reason, because it was on their way here. This is the way they loaded up. This is where they got their lead for the Revolutionary War. This is how our country was built. This is what we fought for. The French really won the war for us, and the British just gave up. We were just a bunch of farmers, and that's what we are. And this is what we had for material. Like I said, this is the second oldest lead mine in the world, from the 1600s. That's how old this is. The British owned us then, but this was privately owned by a farmer. Like I said, most of them have been buried, but there's a few more open, and I will show you documents. I've been researching this stuff since I was a little kid. I'm 50 now. This is 2022. Right now, I've lived in my grandfather's house, right next to my great-grandfather's house. I've been brought up in these woods and I've hunted them my whole life. So I know a lot about it and where everything is from generation. And that's why you can see what I'm showing you. Hopefully you watch this video and you'll learn something about it. This is the truth. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.